at higher speeds. Air resistance actually works in a bit of a strange way. Drag increases as an object moves faster through the air, as it collides with more and more air molecules, exerting an opposing force. As our SR-71 increases its speed, it will hit more of these molecules with more force, meaning theoretically if we want to fly twice as fast, we would need to 4 times the power, which is quite a tall order. We'd already maxed out on battery power, so now the best way to squeeze more thrust out of the electric systems would be to upgrade the Blackbird's fans. Through this rudimentary smoke test, I could visibly see the volume of air being sucked in by the electric ductive fans. I could also see the speed of the air exiting the exhausts, and it was really interesting to see that there wasn't actually that much air being moved here. The original fans were quite small, so increasing the fan size would allow us to pull in more air and chuck it out the back faster. I found some new larger fans that were repurposed from one of my ground effect fan car projects, and after being quickly serviced, were pretty much as good as new. Now I could remove the old motors from the SR-71, which required a bit of aircraft surgery, and then I could hook up the new fans directly to the internal flight computer to see if they would work. It wasn't all straightforward though. I found I had to remove quite a lot of foam from the intake, and I also had to add nose weight to correct the balance of the plane, which would add to our all-up flying weight. This would become a bit of an issue later on. So, would the fans move more air? Well, there was a very obvious difference. Far more air was being sucked into the primary intake as well as into the secondary vents, and it seemed to be shooting out of the exhausts much faster. This was a big step towards our stage 1 goal of getting this plane over 100 miles an hour on electric power alone. The problem was I'd now made the plane much heavier, so would it still fly?
Oh, she's got some power. Oh dear. I think we're okay.
After adjusting the trim of the elevators, I could rely on the flight computer to keep the plane level and try again. With that